What's up, film fam, and welcome to the Film Room Podcast. My name is Dion,
And my name is Scott.
and today we're doing the 2025 Whodunnit Mystery by Rian Johnson, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, the third installment in the Knives Out movie. And in this episode, we're going to be reacting to some listener feedback. We're going to get into our deep dive. And then at the end of the show, we have our award show called the Filmies. So where we give out 6 awards to the movie we just watched. Really fun. So you want to stay tuned for that. But before we get into all that, we have to give our general thoughts.
General
General
thoughts.
thoughts. So, Scott, what were your thoughts on Wake Up Dead Man?
I liked it. It was a little bit of a slower burn, but it's got the convoluted story that keeps you guessing the whole way. That's what I expected coming in. It's got good characters, very political. Was not expecting that. But, I mean, it's a classic whodunit, and it had everything I wanted it to have, and I had a good time.
Okay, no, that's good. And it's funny you mentioned the political thing too, because I remember when I first stepped to the theater, Eloise kind of brought up that same thing to, and I was like, so was the first one. I mean, it was about like not really, this isn't a spoiler thing, but like ended almost his character happened to be like got into the country illegally, and then and like the family was really conservative, and they had a whole conversation about it, like, hey, you
Right.
like there was that whole discussion they had. So that the first movie did that too, and the second movie is very much like that too. So he doesn't shy away from politics in all 3 of his movies.
Well, the first one, because I thought about that too. It was like, okay, the first one had that scene where they're discussing, illegal immigrants and they should just work and get out and whatever. But like this one, that was one scene. I don't think there was any other parts of that movie that was really political. This was like, it was multiple times and very on the nose.
Yeah.
And
No, that's fair.
I mean, they even roped like Netflix itself into it, which surprised me. You know, there was that one line. He was like, "Oh, they're the libtards are just gonna throw the idiot versions of us on Netflix." So I was surprised they let him do that.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, Netflix is like they gave him the money. They're like, yeah, this is your thing, yo. You can do whatever you want. But no, I really liked it too. And it's funny. I wrote down slow burn too because I definitely was more of a slower burn. Like started off. The pacing of this was definitely different than like the first one movie as a comparison. Again, not going to give any spoilers on that, but just the way that movie started in this movie, like it took us a while to actually we got to sit with the characters first versus the first one. It starts with the murder, basically. That's not really a spoiler, but this one we kind of get to like we're going into it, like kind of learning with these characters for a little bit and kind of understanding the town and the situation and what people's backgrounds are and stuff like that. So it was definitely different. But I really enjoyed it. It's interesting how he kind of has like this. We mentioned this in our review because we did a review of the first Knives Out. How he has like this meta kind of approach to it, where again I compared it to Scream, how they talk about mysteries and Agatha Christie like they're not in a mystery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like they're talking within like they're not in their own movie.
Yeah, and I mean, this one, you're right about like the pacing, the characters we learn. I feel like all the whodunits, you kind of have to set up your characters. Like the whole premise, right, is you have a crime. It's not always a murder, but usually a murder. And then you have a house full or a church full in this case of different characters, and they all have a motive.
Yeah.
So you have to explain to us who they are, why they're here, what their problem is with the person that died, or what their motive could have been.
Yeah.
So like you can set that up pretty quickly. Like in the first one, you have like a rich person that's killed, so people just want his money for different reasons.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, the pastor obviously has, or sorry, not the pastor. He has a specific name that he has to be called, Monsignor.
Monsignor
Wicks.
Yeah.
Apologies, Mr. Wicks. He
well,
has
you don't
some
need to
enemies,
apologize him
obviously.
anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's got some enemies, but I mean, the different people in there all have a different reason for maybe killing him. So, but we there's a whole lot of setup at the start of this, which like I did find kind of slow, but I also liked it in a way, just because it was a little bit different than a classic whodunit, where it's just like, okay, here's all the people, here's why here. Like we follow Judd and the whole reason why he's even in this town and meeting Monsignor and all these people, and like, I don't know, I was into it.
No, same. I like that it was different. Like again, this is because you haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like the first movie, I feel like what I wrote was that the first movie is it's a fun thriller mystery, which is because actually, I don't want to get too much in the details of that. I'll just say
Yeah.
that. And then the second movie, I
I know
think the
what you
second
mean.
movie leans more into fun. Like it's more comical than the first one. It's still a mystery, and it's still the whodunit. But I think the second one definitely lives in the out of the compared to the three or more. It's like we're gonna have more fun in this one. We're gonna crack more jokes. And then the third one is like I think we're gonna get darker. Is it gonna have more of a darker tone? At
Mm-hmm.
least I'm using that as the contrast from the last one because, like I'm saying, the last one was so like not light because there was still death in it, but it was just they were making more jokes and stuff. It was a little more humorous. And this one, there was jokes in it. There was some funny jokes in here, but like it definitely was a lot darker in tone and in setting.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's the set, like, well, the physical lighting of the setting just being
Yeah.
very dark, and also just having this take place all around the church. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's I mean, church in theory is, like a very loving and happy and forgiving place, but like throughout history, there's so much lies and deceit and like
Yeah.
conspiracies around the church, and like it has this dark aura to it, and there's
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of like supernatural horror movies that we've
Yeah.
seen like with regards to the church and stuff like that, so it has that ominous aura around it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it really worked in this
Yeah.
movie to like set it in that space.
No, I 100% agree. I think it's yeah, it worked really well. And yeah, no, I was worried, not worried, but like you said, that different take of usually when you get those whodunits, it starts with the kill happens pretty early. Then we
Mm-hmm.
learn all the information later. But this one, it didn't wait too long. I'd say like I don't actually know exactly. I wasn't checking my watch at what point he actually ended up dying, but I'd say it was at least it took us like a quarter, even closer to like halfway point before the murder actually happened. It was a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I'd say, I guess, like if you consider it a 3-act movie, as most things are, it was end of the first act, I guess,
Yeah.
is
But usually
when
it's like
he
almost like
dies.
opening scene,
Yeah.
at least for most mysteries, because it's just like, oh snap, that's the murder, and then all right, what happened? And then we start learning all the backgrounds of people. But it kind of it we didn't get the full depth. We got more depths of people's backgrounds afterwards, but overall, it wasn't right in the beginning. I was surprised.
Yeah, but I mean but if you think of Rian Johnson, like that's his thing, right? He takes a classic whodunit and he changes it up a little bit. Like
Yeah,
in the first one, he tells you who did it
yeah,
like halfway through the movie.
hmm
And then there's all this other stuff. I won't say any more than that, but like that's so backwards, but it
yeah,
totally works. And in this one, it's not the same as that one, but it's like you say, it's just a twist on a classic whodunit where it's just like, okay, here's the opening scene is just someone getting killed, and now we got to find out who did it and why.
yeah. No, it's true. And warnings for ahead, like. Now, spoilers. We're gonna start spoiling this movie. We're not gonna spoil the
Yep.
first one or the second one, especially because Scott hasn't seen the second one. So that'd
Yeah.
be a jerk. That'd be a jerk move if I did that. But first in the movie, the second will not get spoiled. The third movie, the spoiler free banner is off.
Yep.
But I think we should start. We should get to hear from the family.
Let's get in the family meeting.
I think it's
I don't
time.
have friends. I got family.
Welcome to the family meeting. Welcome, film family. This is where we like to get your opinions on the movie we're talking about. This week on our Instagram story and on Reddit, I asked the question, how good are you at solving these kinds of movies? Because I guess, some people could go into these movies and just watch it. And you
Hmm.
don't even think, you just want to watch the story unfold and
Yeah.
wait for the moment at the end where the detective solves it and tells you the whole plot.
Hmm.
Um, but I feel like most people, myself included, as you're
Yeah.
watching, you're looking for clues, you're trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's going on, right? And basically every all the if I amalgamate all the responses, basically everyone was saying like I usually kind of get halfway there. Sometimes I figure out who it is, but
Yeah.
I don't really know how they did it or
Yeah.
why exactly. But like normally I can kind of pick up on who it is based on like I don't know if that's the director's intention, is for, you know, the killer to act creepy, so the people are like, okay, maybe they think it's you, but they don't know how it
Yeah.
is. It's different, I suppose, with different filmmakers. But
Mm.
what do you think? How are you at figuring out these movies?
It's interesting. I'm glad it's a good question too, because when I go into the movie, I always think about this. I'm like, I do try to figure out. I am one of those people too that's like, I'm looking at my, oh, can I figure out, is that person, is their motive strong enough? But I think my mind usually goes to like like the how first,
Yeah.
because to me that's the most interesting part, because like who did it still is interesting, but it's like, especially when you have a movie like this where it's just like, yeah, how did he die
Yeah.
like that? Like that's I'm more thinking about that. Like whoever it is like, yeah, sure. If you told me it was that person, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, cool. But how? Like
Right.
I'm just like, how does that? How did
Hmm.
he, like, what's like? There's so many, like, those are things I'm like, really, I'm like, and I can't wait for them to tell me, because the who is like, oh, okay, yeah, I see, and then they tell me the reason why, yeah. But like when you make something this like cool and complex, where it's just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, yeah, how are they gonna get worked their way into that one? That's for, at least for this movie especially. I was more focused on the how than the who, because the who, I was like, there's a couple good motives here. I don't think everyone's motive. We'll get more into that later, but I don't think everyone's motive was like strong enough that I was like, you're gonna kill him though.
Hmm.
But what about you?
Um, I totally agree. The how is almost almost always cooler. I suppose, like, if you talk about like the classic whodunits, it's like if it was just the killer gets killed with like a knife, like
Mhm.
the lights all went dark and then they came back on and someone's dead with a knife in their chest and you're like, oh snap, who did it? That's not really as exciting as to like, how
Yeah,
did they do it? They stabbed
that
him when the
one.
lights were
Yeah,
off. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But like,
exactly.
but in this one, you know, it's just he's in a closet and he's just dead.
Yeah,
And and you're totally right. Like, it's just the most ridiculous plot possible. They like, I suppose it could happen, but like, this couldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, these kind of things, like, so many things have to go right or wrong, and like some things go wrong actually in this movie, and they have to kind of improvise and pivot.
yeah.
But like, the how is so cool, and that, I guess, is our, what's the, what do you call those lists when you go around asking for names to like change
Like
something?
oh,
Like our
oh, oh. I thought you were gonna say like a survey or something. Yeah, I don't
it's kind of the
know.
same idea, but
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
anyways, this is
Yeah.
our that thing to change it from a who done it to a how done it. That's what we
Okay.
should call it, a how done it.
Our petition.
But yeah, that's
Is
it.
that
Yeah,
your
a
a
petition.
petition?
Yeah, that's it. A petition.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, no, I like that. Oh, I was gonna say, so I'm like racking my brain on trying to figure out that word. I completely
Yeah.
forgot my point, but
My bad.
no, it's all good. What were you gonna say next?
Um. Well, I mean, you said you asked a question on Reddit too, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I asked. My question was, it was in the movie critics Reddit, and it was just like, what is the one thing each movie does better than the others?
Mm.
And again, I because you haven't seen the movie, I didn't dive too deep in people talking about the second one, but the one of the comments killed me that I had to put, and it was, the first one has Michael Shannon, so it is automatically better than the other two, and in regards, and then the two other films don't have it, so they're just not as good.
I respect
Just
that. Michael
straight up.
Shannon's great, and in that first one,
No,
he's
he is great.
fantastic. So I like that.
He's absolutely great. And then the other one, they were talking about how like the oh, this one was funny too. Someone was like, the first two movie did a good job of not getting ruined for me by spoilers. That's always the worst.
Yeah.
Like you just
I
go on
mean,
social media and just someone or YouTube video will be like, "Oh, did you see this?" And they just have the person's face or just whatever. It's tough. You got, social media is a bitch like that sometimes.
well, dude, even on, so the question I asked, someone immediately was like, "Oh, I knew it was Glenn Close's character, like right in the first half hour." I was like, "Dude."
Yeah, that's crazy. The movie just came out.
I was
Don't.
like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta put a spoiler warning on that. Like, eventually it got like
Yeah.
taken out, but I
Oh,
was like,
someone deleted it.
yeah,
Oh,
thank God.
yeah,
Like,
no, that's
what
crazy.
you doing, guy? Come on now.
Yeah, no, but and then someone actually gave another good response where they said that Knives Out is the first Knives Out is about is perfect as parroting something as and being an example at the same time. And she's like, I put it up there with, I've never seen Galaxy Quest, but they said Scream, which I was like, I get that comparison. And then they also said Wake Up Dead Man is thoughtful, clever, and complex. And if anybody says they figured out the whole thing early, I don't believe them.
Yeah, that's what a bunch of people were saying on mine too. They're like, if people say like, yeah, I get it every time, they're just lying. There's
Yeah.
no chance, like I said, you could maybe convince me, say like, yeah, I knew it was her, because like I said, I wouldn't say I knew it was
But you had an
Martha,
inkling.
but
Yeah.
yeah, like she was always obviously very creepy throughout the movie. She was always kind of there, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, she's keeping an eye on Blanc and on Judd to like make sure they're not getting too close. And I mean, like the flashback when she's at the church with the
Oh,
old
the
guy.
dad.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
his name? Premise
It's
or Pres?
it's like
Something like
Hicks.
that.
Wasn't his Hicks dad?
It was Wick's grandfather,
Wick
because his
Hicks.
mom was his mom was the harlot whore.
Oh yeah.
But
I forget
anyways,
his name. I didn't write his name out. Yeah, go.
I have it down somewhere. I'll find it. But so in the flashbacks when Martha's there as a kid, right? I'm like, she's just too involved. She's
Yeah.
very involved, and then she said she went in and saw the harlot whore after she broke up the church and whispered her in her ear like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll be forgiven." But we don't see her mouth move. It's like behind her head. I was like, she didn't
Yeah.
say that shit. I just
Yeah.
knew something was off about her. So I was pretty convinced it was her. But like, if I could tell you like, yeah, I knew the whole plan, I knew how she did it. Not, no, I'm just lying.
Yeah,
There's no way.
no, exactly. And yeah, and that's what, like, I come back to that person. I'm like, yeah, like that person might have been like, I might have thought it was her, but there's no way like they're like, oh, I had it figured out, because then they're just trying to sound smart, and you just give it to them. They're like, yeah, bro, you're so smart. I
Yep.
my peanut brain could have never figured it out. Good for you. That's all they want to hear. You walk away from them and you say they're a jackass as they walk away, because they are, because there's no way, unless you got a piece of the script, or Rian Johnson,
Yeah.
and there's
I
no
mean,
way. I can't imagine you knew.
even if you had the script, I'm sure he like redacts a bunch of it. Like I'm sure
That's
that
true.
whatever he gives to the characters, they probably don't even know the whole. I know he did that for Knives Out.
Yeah,
I'm sure he did that for all of them. He's like, he doesn't want it to get leaked. And I mean, hey, welcome to the pretentiousness of the movie world, Dion. This is
yeah.
what we're here
This
for.
is
We're here to
true.
fight this week after
True.
week.
100%. But that's all. Oh yeah, and I got one more actually. One person had another good comment too, which is really nice and short. They were like, they said the first one has the most memorable cast of characters, and then
Okay.
this one is more rich and deeper than the first one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you
Yeah.
have, like we talked about the whole setting inside the church, and Judd himself, who was a great lead character, I thought. Like, you talk in the first one, you have Anna de Armas, and she's a cool character, but there's not a ton of depth there, I guess. She's a
Yeah.
nice girl, whatever. But and I can't talk about the second one, but in this one, I thought like it was way deeper in the sense that we get his background as a fighter, and then he's like, okay, God saved me, he forgave me for what I did, and because of that is why he wants to lead with love and forgiveness, because that's what he received from God. And then he stops helping later on in the movie because of his stance. He's like, wait, what am I doing? Like, whoever did this, it almost doesn't matter. I'm here to forgive, I'm here to like try and make it better. And then him challenging Martha to talk to Wicks and not be scared led to the whole story, because that led to her confessing about the diamond and everything. So like there was so much around our
Yeah.
lead character and the depth of him. I thought it was great.
Yeah, no, same. And that goes to the why it's a slow burn too, because we're spending so much time. Them was like, hey, you're really gonna get to know this Judd character. This isn't just like your classic guy. Like, you like him, he's on a redemption arc, and we're just gonna like, it's like you see him go through, you see him struggle. They keep showing him like go back and forth with just like his anger, and then him being able to control, and then like him just like really battling with it. Like, so they really want you to feel for this character. They're just not, he's not just on the side, and then Benoit Blanc is the one figuring out. And it's like, we barely, Benoit Blanc, like we don't really get too much depth with him in this really either. It's not, his characters are not really for that. But no, I really like what they did with Judd in this.
Yeah, I think and I suppose not only him, like the theme, I guess, of what the church means. And, you have Monsignor who's leading with hate and
Yeah.
intolerance
And fear.
and fear. Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. And just kind of fighting against that. Like there's just a lot of deeper themes in this movie in the midst of a whole ridiculous murder plot going on.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that, just because I didn't see that from the first one, and it's not typical, I guess, for these movies, but I really enjoyed that aspect, the deeper one. Good point, Redditor.
No, it is a good point, and I wonder, especially like I didn't see any interviews on this or anything, but like I'm just imagining it's just because like when Ryan Johnson made the first one, I don't think he expected it to be as big because you never expect any of your movies to be big. You just put it out there and you hope for the best. But like that
Yeah.
first one was really popular, it was really well received. He got enough that Netflix gave him the big bag and said make two more. So then he made the second one, and now he's like making a third one, and it's like he's like, this is it's opening up at festivals and stuff like this. So then he was just like, all right, well, I'm getting this big opportunity. Netflix has let me put it in theaters, and then like people are really liking the series. So like, let me take it up a notch. Like, I don't want to just like let me challenge myself. Like, I could just do a cookie cutter thing and just keep giving people these same couple movies, but like he keeps changing them. Like I said, like the first one and the second one, it's different. It's not the exact same. And this third one is different too. That's why I asked the question the way I did. So I was like, what is one thing that each movie did better than the others? Because I was like, they all feel the same because it's like a who done it, and you got Benoit Blanc leading it, and he's kind of the same person throughout the movies. His looks just change a little bit. He's got long
Yeah,
hair and
you
like a
like the
beard in
coif
this.
hair in this one? You
Yeah,
like that?
he's changing up his look. But no, it's okay. It's all right.
I
It
did
was
not like
okay.
it. He
No,
doesn't
you
look
didn't
good.
like it?
I
Yeah,
mean,
no, it is.
it's like playing into the ridiculousness of the character. Like the accent is
Oh
ridiculous, and
yeah,
just like everything is very over the top, and it makes sense. I mean, like I said, this murder plot is very over the top. Like, it's just like
yeah,
there's 18,000 different steps to it,
yeah.
and the fact that he solves it and knows every part of it, like we said, like if someone tells you they could do that, they're lying, because it's not possible. But he
Yeah,
can do it
exactly.
because he's a character in a movie. So I like that they
No,
just play into that.
no, 100%. And I'm curious to see like we talked a little about like the tone and like the kind of like the setting. Did you have any specific like thoughts on just like
I do. That's a good.
okay, yeah.
I have a specific point on when Blanc arrives for the first time. So like,
Okay, yeah.
so he comes into the church and Judd's there, and it's all bright when he comes in. And he talks about, and then Blanc starts talking about the lies and intolerance of Christianity, because Judd asks him, he's like, "Be honest, like, what do you think of all this stuff?" And then as he's saying this, all the lights like outside, like the clouds roll in. Basically, it gets dark, dark, dark as hell.
Hmm.
And then Judd responds, and he talks about his perspective, his point of view of religion being more about storytelling and pushing a message of love, even throughout lies per se and conspiracies and stuff like that. Is like, it just, yes, there is bad stuff for sure. Like, the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but like if we can at least try and push that message and try and uplift rather than bury. So he's saying all this, and then the lights come back, and it all brightens up inside the church. That was something I noticed in that scene that was obviously intentional, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the subtext of dark talking, like talking about darkness so it gets dark, and then talking about love and lightness so it gets light, or if there was more to it. But I thought it was cool.
No, that's a good point. And like I didn't write that as a note, but I remember now that you mentioned, I do remember it happening. And that is like just a great it's a great thing to have in the scene to kind of elevate like what is actually being talked about and happening within the scene. And just to even add on to like your whole point about like the settings and things that they did with it, like I didn't think that the plot would be so heavily tied with the setting. Like I felt like in certain movies, like you could have a movie like in a church and then not really much be mentioned about like the church and people's
Mm,
faith and stuff like that, and kind of and get it tied into that. But like the setting had very much to do with the plot. It wasn't just like a placeholder, like, oh, we're just gonna have it in a church because like it's a cool setting and like we're gonna play on like things that happen around, but things that happen around a church. But like I thought it was gonna be kind of like, oh, this guy's a priest, and then like the stuff comes off, and then we're gonna be diving into kind of like who he is outside of the church and like why people don't like him outside the church. And when you get back to the church, maybe he's gonna be like somewhat of like a nice guy. Like I actually had no idea what Wix's character was gonna be like. I thought it was gonna kind of be like everyone loves him, he's a nice guy, and then outside the church, he's kind of a jerk. And then it'd be people that would be like, oh no, I need to get this guy kind of thing. But like no, it was very much like everything was like in the church. Like we're not even we don't really see much about the town. We get little
yeah.
parts of it, but it's like no, everything is focused on this like the church and this flock, I think that's what they
The
call it, right?
flock, yeah,
The
that's right.
flock.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Another I guess add on to that is like it it creates an environment where Wicks can like has this power, and because he has an opportunity every Sunday to preach, he has this opportunity to show us, yes, he's an asshole. He's actively trying to get people to walk out on his
Yeah.
church every week, and he's being very radical, like with his thoughts, right? So it's a great way to narrow down the flock into these 6 people or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So then that creates our suspects, because
Yeah.
it's a whodunit, right? So you have
Yeah.
to create that somehow.
No,
So
for
like
sure.
it's a good way of like, okay, he has the power, he's clearing people out. This is the only people that are left. These are our suspects, and these are all people that are the only people that are still loyal to him, because everyone else has been ran out of town or out of
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
So there's so much conflict within that. We have the people themselves in there. Some of them probably hate him a little bit under the surface, even though they're scared to tell him that. We find that that's the truth later. There's just so much involved with it. So like all of that on top of just the physical setting of a church was so great. So that's a really good point actually, that like the setting itself was a big part of the movie.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like even always jumping back and forth between the first movie, but again, not without any spoilers. I was kind of thinking of like they definitely played into the fact that it was kind of like a Clue house, and they made the jokes that like, oh, it's like we're in a giant Clue house, and that actually it did have to do with like the the events and the things that happened within the movie and how the murder kind of happened, but it wasn't like it being in the house didn't really, it had nothing really to do with the plot per se. Like it wasn't like this is a police station and like, you know what I mean, and we're now this is a police drama or something like that. It was just like it happened to be in this house that's kind of a mansion, and it's more so about the characters, not really about where they are. That family could have been anywhere. It could have been at like a cottage or something, or like, you know what I mean. It didn't really matter. But I just thought it was interesting, and I was just unexpected, and mostly because like, especially with the mystery, like there's one thing about like watching trailers and watching more trailers and kind of like doing a little thing, but like with a mission, I was like, I don't want to look up like anything because I'm scared. Because movie came out at festivals already, so like people know who the killer, like that's been out there for months. So like if I just make the wrong search or something, or if I like watch like I get referenced the wrong video, like I could just find out who the person is. And I was like, so I went into this movie pretty blind in the sense of like I didn't know who was like how what's it called, Wicks is going to be. Like I didn't know if he was going to be a jerk or not, to be honest. I Just because he got killed doesn't mean he was a bad guy, because that's not always the case in a whodunit. Sometimes it's just the good guy got killed, and then, but I'm not saying he deserved to get killed, but
Well,
he wasn't a great guy.
No, yeah, I mean, no, yeah, he definitely wasn't a great guy. But I mean, yeah, the first one has
Like the Clue house.
the Clue house, and like nobody's, or like it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what house they're at. You're totally right. And this one has the church. It also has like the crypt as well, which is like part of the mystery. Like it's part of how they do the heist, and like wake up dead man. He gets woken up, and
no. Do we get a Family Guy moment? Did anyone say wake up dead man?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I would have written it down, and I didn't.
Because as you just said it, I'm like, someone could have said it in like a really cute way. It definitely could have, but nah, I guess not. It was there. It was definitely there. There's definitely a moment. I don't know what moment someone could have said it. Like I feel like Blanc could have said it just like really cutely. Like,
true. Yeah, because I remember he says Knives Out in the first one.
Yeah.
Does he say Glass Onion in the
They
second one?
do say glass onion, yeah, because there is a glass. There is a glass onion in it. So and that's a really, I feel like it's an easier thing to say than wake up dead man.
Well, the only person really like talking about Wicks when he comes, like emerges from the crypt, is Martha, and she's kind of like praying like, oh, he's risen, he's glorious and stuff. So she's not really the type that would just say wake up dead man.
Yeah, I think Benoit would be the only one I think would really just say it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think he does. That's what it's all right. One thing I was curious too about, like I mentioned it earlier, how I was saying, I feel like everyone didn't have a really strong motive. Where some of them, like I'm leaning to them and being like, okay, I could see it there. Did you have anything on that? Like I have my points, but I wasn't sure if there was certain people you were like, yeah, I don't. It's definitely not Psy, or it's definitely not what's it called? Some like what's it called? Lee Ross or whatever. Like,
I mean, because like I said, I was leaning towards Martha. I
yeah,
was. I'm not gonna say like I knew it, totally knew it. It was her.
yeah,
Yep, guaranteed, 100%. I'm genius. But
yeah.
I was leaning toward Martha, and nobody else really jumped out at me more than that. I didn't think it was Judd.
Hmm.
Um, the other people that were mostly they were so loyal to him, and Martha was loyal to him too. But Martha also, because she was involved so heavily with Prentice. That's the old man's name. The original
Samson. Oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Prentice.
yeah,
The
the
original like pastor.
yeah,
So I felt her loyalty was more to him and religion in
yeah.
general rather than Wicks himself. The other people
Hmm.
felt like they were more loyal to Wicks, and I
Yeah.
also didn't really see what they would gain from having him killed, or if it was just a revenge thing. But the only person that would maybe be vengeful was the girl in like the wheelchair, because
Yeah,
like
Simone. And
yeah,
she's
she's
paying
basically
out of pocket. Yeah.
yeah. So, but other than that, I didn't. I kind of agree with you. I don't think their motives were really strong enough.
The only person that I was thinking that, because even like Lee Ross, like that was the guy that was the writer, and I
Hmm.
was saying like I feel like unless I feel like to me the only way it would work is if like because everyone had like a surface level motive where it's just like okay you have your reason, like you have a reason, right? Everyone had
Hmm.
a reason to not like this guy. And then with these type of movies, it's always like, yeah, and he also slept with my sister. Like I like that would be like another second thing where then it'd be revealed. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's why you killed him. Like he was a jerk to you, and then there was also this. So I was just waiting for that because I feel
Right.
like that always exists in these movies where why I don't always necessarily be like, yeah, it's probably gonna be Martha because I'm like, yeah, but I don't have all the information. These movies don't never give you all that information. Sometimes they give you all this information with more so with one character to throw you off and be like, yeah, you were never gonna get this guy because I didn't give you his information. I just gave you the surface level thing, and then also, bam, you didn't know that he did this. So that's
Hmm.
why I was just like, but there's certain people like again with Lee Ross, I was just like maybe, but I was just like the book thing, like you just kind of dissing the book, and like I guess that is his livelihood. That's what is his job. But I was like, there's gonna have to be another flip on that for
That is a
me
good
for that one to
point.
be believable.
That is a good point because at the end of the day, that is what happened in this movie with Martha. Like like you said, there's the surface level motive,
Yeah,
but she doesn't even have, I guess, a surface level motive to kill him. Like we never.
yeah, it's true.
So it is kind of just the flip. Is like, oh, he's trying to steal the diamond.
Yeah,
So that's information that we don't get until the end of the movie. So really, for me, it was just kind of like all the creepy stuff. She was just around so much that was the kind of thing that made me think it was her. And I wonder if like that's his intention is for us to
hmm
think that it's her, but not know why or how. Because like we talked about, that's really the fun stuff of the movie
yeah.
is like
It's the
how the
how.
hell did all this happen?
And the why really, because that even goes to your point too where it's just like she didn't really have a motive, so it's like yeah I think it's her because she's creepy, but like why and how? So it's just
True.
like I can't just stick my nose out and be like yeah no it's her because of this and this is how she do it. I can't walk out of the theater and be like yeah I knew the whole time this is why she did it and this is how she did it. It's like
And her connection to Samson, I was like, okay, like because almost all of these you kind of need help, especially in
yeah
this one. I was like, there's he's in a locked closet and she was outside the door and she like freaks out when he drops. And then we see like the baseball video where like there's static. So we're
yeah
like, okay, there was like a remote that was used at the same time. And like we know Samson's the big baseball guy and he's the one building the coffin and we know they have a connection. I was like, there's something here. And like
yeah
so that was another thing that I guess latched me onto her.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely when I saw Samson, like it's that classic thing where it's just like that side character. I'm like, this dude's helping somebody. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
guy's getting like like you show up in a mystery movie and like you're there a couple times. It's like it's you're doing something for the plot, and he was barely in it. So I'm like, I didn't think he was the brains of the operation or anything. And maybe it could have been, maybe that could have been the reveal or something that like he's actually the operation. But I was like, I that part of me was feeling. I felt confident about like this guy's got something to do with it. It's either he's got something to do with it or he's a crucial part of helping because he'd be like, oh, well, I did see this, and I'd be like, oh, great Scott, you know what I mean? Like we figured it out.
Or he's just purely there for like exposition, right? For him to be
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
true.
you know, I was a drinker, and then Monsignor said, if I can do it, you can do it. So now we know that he was an alcoholic. So when he takes the drink in the closet,
Yeah.
that's part of it. And when he gives us the exposition about the crypt, right? He's like, okay, this door, you need a construction equipment to open it from the outside, but anyone on the inside could just push it open. So you could just be an exposition device, but I knew he was in on it.
Yeah. No, that's
Sneaky
fair.
little groundskeeper.
I think another person that kind of had a strong case too when I was thinking of I think her name was Vera, like the
Vera,
black.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kerry
I
Washington.
yeah, I think she had a strong case just because the fact that she had to raise Psy, and like, so I could be convinced in that, just in the sense where you get that flip where it's like, wow, he was your son the whole time and you made me raise him, like, and he was just like right here, basically right in front of you, and you never even. So I could see that being like her being pretty vengeful because clearly she didn't like Psy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I mean the whole thing with her dad too, right? Is like she was loyal to her dad, so she's kind of like, this is why I'm going to church.
Yeah.
Like this is why I'm raising Saya, and this is why I'm going to church. And then like, so as soon as that whole thing blows up, and she's like, oh, screw my dad. He made me like raise this kid that's not even my brother, and like all this BS. Like, yeah, that's a good point. It could have been her.
Yeah,
But
because
she's
like,
also a lawyer.
yeah.
That maybe helps actually, because then she could know how to. I
Yeah,
mean,
true.
there's the plot is so convoluted, so that it could be anybody for any reason, and they'd figure it
Yeah.
out somehow. He'd figure out a way to make it work. So that's always why, like, even though I was pretty sure it was Martha, I'm like, it literally could be someone else, and we just don't have all the information yet. And it's going to be some ridiculous 18-step way to
Yeah.
kill him, and he needed a writer for it, so that's why Lee's in on it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
literally could
no,
be
for
anything.
sure. No, 100%. And the thing that I always think that even though these things are very like get complex when we start getting the rundown of how it all happened, I always like how he, at least like he did in the first one, he did in this one, how like he always has the steps, which I think even when it's kind of ridiculous, like at least tries to make it more realistic of things going wrong. Like there's always got to be an aspect of the plan like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, so I had to end up killing. Like what happened with Sharp, like that whole thing, like that's just like a misdirect where it's just like, oh man, like now he's trying to do this. He tried to kill me, so I had to switch it on him, and then I had to throw him in there. Like to have those elements, and even what happened with Judd showing up when Samson came out, and then that had to be a thing where he slipped, and like just all that stuff happening, where it's like, okay, things that weren't actually to plan how started happening. So then you kind of had to scramble a little bit. So I like when they add those things in, because although if it's just flawless, then it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of, that's what keeps you guessing the whole time, right? Is like there's things are going wrong, so like if everything happens to plan, maybe you'd be able to put it together, but when things go wrong, like you just can't account for that if you're thinking of this stuff, if you're trying to find clues. That was something that kind of confused me though, was when Judge showed up, he gets knocked out, and then he wakes up and Samson's dead, and he's like, oh my god, I killed Samson. And then he's like, I gotta turn myself in. I'm like, why do you think you killed Samson?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
That kind of confused me a little bit.
No, that confused me too. And like, I don't know, to me, the way I was taking it, like when I stepped away from it, because at first that was my initial thought too. But then I was like thinking about, I was like, why was he just going to turn himself in? And I was like, is this just like still a guilt thing from him killing the guy? Whereas
Right.
like now he just feels like, "Ah, man, like I don't actually know if I did kill this guy, but it's like, I look so close and I really did kill a guy. So like maybe I deserve to go to jail. Like I think that part was kind of him still battling with the fact that, because I don't think he went to jail for killing that guy, right? Because it was within a boxing ring, so it's
Right.
technically legal. So
Yeah.
I think that guilt is still weighing on him, and he's like, maybe I should go to jail. So like the evidence is right here, my hands on the murder weapon. So like this is, let me just, because I already killed a guy. So that's I don't know if that's actually what that was, but that's just like the logic I tried to make of it, of why he just be like, yeah, I killed him.
Yeah. That's a fair point, and that speaks to what we were talking about earlier, just the depth of the character in the movie, that like you can have him do something that's kind of questionable, but we also know so much about him because of all the background that we get on him, that you can work a theory on like that, and it kind of makes sense. Like that's true. You're right. It could be the guilt thing. Like he's very clearly, like he's a religious father, right? He's a
Yeah.
pastor, so he could, like the weight of that clearly weighs on him. He mentions it to the prayer group the first time they have that meeting, And then they all just shit on him and leave. But
Yeah, exactly. And another part too that I thought was interesting with Judd too, which is like it felt very weird in the moment when it happened. And like I think it was meant to be kind of weird and almost like a little bit but like and uncomfortable is like the phone call with Louise. Like it was just like because with the way this movie's going, it's like okay, now we're figuring things out. We're figuring everything out. There's just some random lady on the phone, and then it just like gets deep, right? And then we stay in it. We stay in it. It extends. It keeps going. We flash forward, and he's still talking to her, and it's just like one. It's just like a moment, just where it just becomes this human connection thing, where it's just like yeah, I'm talking to a human. I shouldn't just pass her off. And like I'm supposed to be a father. Like this is what I wanted to do. Like that I think that's another part of the reason why he's just like he used this constant struggle where he's just like, wait, what am I doing here? Like I didn't get into this for this stuff and like that I think that was a really important part for his character. Like at first it seems kind of random, but then when you really think about it, I'm like, no, that's actually really important, showing more of who he is and who he's trying to be.
yeah, that's a really good point, actually. And that's, again, just more depth to the character. And I think right after this is when he decides to stop helping,
Yeah.
because like that's almost like a moment of clarity for him where he realizes like, okay, I'm the pastor now. Like Monsieur, what was it? I keep saying
Oh, Wicks?
Monsieur, Monsignor,
Oh yeah.
Monsignor.
Well, just
Which,
call him Wicks. Just call him
yeah,
Wicks.
I know, but like I looked that up too. It's an address or a title for like a higher place in like the
Oh,
clergy.
okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing. But
Me
anyways,
neither. I didn't.
but Wicks, yeah. So he's dead now. So now Judd, you're like the pastor. You're the father of this parish. So I think when the phone call with Louise, he's just looking for information, and then she's looking for advice and stuff. He's like, it's almost a moment of realization, like, oh snap, like this is my responsibility now,
Yeah.
and I have to like take charge and like really think about how I want to run this and how I want to lead. And that's what leads him to being like, okay, no, I'm not going to do this. I said that I was forgiven. I want to lead this with forgiveness. So whoever did it, it doesn't even matter. We're going to move forward.
Yeah. And even that point probably goes to the point of like why he even wants to confess, because he knows he's capable of killing someone, and obviously he didn't try to kill that person on purpose, but he's like man, like I probably did do this, like I lose control sometimes, and like maybe this I don't remember this, but I didn't try to kill that other guy, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing this all wrong. Like I told myself I was going to be different, and I found myself in another situation like this, so like now I got to face the consequences. I guess that's his thought. It was cheesing me though. I didn't. I was like, dog. There's no proof that you actually did. You just woke up.
I thought I missed something. I was like, he was like, no, I killed Samson. I got to admit to it. I was like, what did I miss? Like, no,
Yeah.
you didn't. Like, what is going on here? I thought I missed something. I thought it was cool though. Like, even the story structure around the movie of Judd like narrating. So he's reading through the letter that Blanc makes him write.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of narrating the movie for the first 2/3 of the movie, and we're like, okay, there's a narrator. This happens in movies. It's
Yeah.
normal, whatever. And then we learn that it's like he had him write this letter, and he's reading the letter, and then there's no more narration after that point. So that was just like I mean, you don't need it anymore after that point.
Mhm.
We know who all of our characters are and what's happened up to this point. I thought that was just a cool way of like making it like you have narration, but it almost makes it part like how narration is something that takes you out of a movie
Mhm.
because you're watching a movie because someone's
Yeah.
talking to you. Like that doesn't happen in the real world.
Yeah.
But when you have something like this, and then you're like, oh, he's reading a letter, like that almost like puts you back into it. And you're like, oh, this like he almost wasn't narrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. Because he's reading a letter, it just feels like you're watching someone read a letter,
Right.
even though he's narrating for you. Versus like if it's just you hear a voice and things are happening, then you're just like, okay, I'm watching someone narrate. Like, yeah, I get what you mean. Where there's like the difference. It
I
doesn't
guess it's
feel
kind
like
of
it.
like, yeah, he's reading the letter and we're just watching the events unfold that he's reading,
Yeah.
as opposed to we're watching a story go by and then a narrator is giving us extra information that the characters aren't telling us.
Yeah. One thing I also thought was funny too is just Which I'm glad they did it this way because it's just easier for us to observe it this way. But when Sai was like, "Yeah, I recorded the whole secret meeting with Wix," and then we just are in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like let me show you the video. It's just like, boom, we're in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I noticed that too, but I was so glad they did that because I was like, okay, you let us know Sai recorded it, so this is how we get this information. But like, we as part of the audience don't want to watch like an iPhone looking at a pillow and just hearing this go off. Like, I want to watch Kerry Washington flip on all these people and say, this is your illegitimate son and you suck. And, you know, like, and then Wix to them blow up. And like, if we just didn't get that performance from people because we're just looking at the bottom of a couch, like from an iPhone, that just sucks.
No, 100%. Which is funny because I was looking in that scene. I was like, where is he recording? I didn't actually see the setup. I swear, I mean,
he always
there.
had his phone there.
Yeah, that is true. That I guess that's just yeah, that's fair. But no, I thought that was just funny. Which was like, I was like, that's funny. Like, we're just gonna be in it. I'm like, I'm glad we're in it, but it's just funny how he just like, let me show you, and then boom, we're just in the scene. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I like this. I like this. Let's do it this way. But I just thought that was funny.
And then we were just talking about Judd. Like, he thinks he killed Samson. He's going to come and confess and whatever.
Yeah.
Blanc sees him at the police station and pushes him out. He's like, no. Don't say anything. And then he's like, we got to go to the doctor's house. And then we see all the shit in the basement and everything. How did he know to go to the doctor's house?
Yeah, that is a good question. Do you have any, like, at least like a loose reason why he'd even think
my only loose reason, my only possible explanation is that when he was in the police station, I feel like I'm remembering, I could be remembering wrong, but there's a quick shot of the murder weapon, right? The devil head on the knife. So I think maybe he sees that, and we learn later in the movie that he noticed that there was 2 lamps at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And the other head is missing, and the doctor was there. So I guess he saw the weapon, and it reminded him of the double lamp thing in the doctor. So he was like, oh, there's something going on. Like, maybe it was the doc. I mean, he's Benoit Blanc. Like, he probably saw that and immediately put it all together. Yeah. So that's literally my only saving grace to like how he could have possibly even known that.
Yeah. I wonder what percentage of people actually noticed that wolf thing. Like, now we've like a lot of people, we've seen it now, so it's some bullshit. But like, so it'd be like, yeah, I noticed that. I'd be like, I just wouldn't believe you. I just like, no, there's no way you saw that tiny little detail in that photo because they don't even show it that long. But then when they finally reveal it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not obvious, but it's like, oh yeah, I can see it now.
I mean, it's such a crowded background, right? Like, because we know what this movie is and we're all trying to solve it. And he shows us the picture and he's lifting it up and dropping it down, lifting it up and dropping it down. And I am trying so hard
to find something.
This picture, bro. And I can't see nothing. And Judd's like, oh, I got it. And it's the bag. And I didn't even see the bag. And that's not even the right thing.
Exactly. And
so if you saw that, that's BS. No.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you one bit.
You're not Benoit Blanc. Get out of here.
Well, one thing I will say too is like, it's just kind of even ties back to that person talking about how the first cast is really memorable. And I liked this cast. I thought there was a lot of great actors in this cast. But to me, when I saw that Mila Kunis was in the movie, I was like, I assume she's gonna have a big role because she's a big name. She didn't even really need to be in this movie.
No, not at all.
She had such a small role, and like that cop really didn't do anything.
I was just gonna say, like, small role and totally useless. Like, she basically Benoit Blanc is running the whole show. Like, she comes in at the end to the church. She's like, Father Judd, you're under arrest for the murder of Samson and Wix. And then Blanc is basically just like, no, I want to give a speech. And she sits down. Like, that's not how policing works. Like, if you have a warrant for someone's arrest, you're not just going to sit here and let this private industry detective speak to the church before you, like, no, that's not how it works. And then, like, when he comes out from the crypt and she's like, oh my God, someone's dead, or he's come out and this has happened. And then Martha's right there and she's like, oh no, Samson's dead. I'm like, and she's like, oh no, crap. I'm like, what are you doing? Useless cop.
And she's supposed to be a chief too. Like I was looking at her name on IMDb. It's like Chief something Scott, and I'm
Horrible.
just like, why is she so? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I in retrospect, as I was writing these notes for the movie, I was just like, why was Mila Kunis even in this movie? Like like honestly, like I mean, it's not the freaking the '90s anymore, but like anyway, she's Meg and she's from that '70s show. Those are two biggest things that she's probably ever in. But like she's known.
Oh yeah.
And like it's a big name to throw on the cast, especially these movies. That's what we're doing, and it's just like to have her just be this random cop that barely got any play. I'm like, how much she get paid for that, yo? She got a bag out of it. She got a
It's a good
Netflix bag.
question. I
I'm not trying to
saw
count your pockets, Mila. I know you listen to pop, not bad. But I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying that I don't know why Ryan didn't give you more.
yeah, you were
play in this movie.
fantastic in the role, Mila. You didn't get a whole lot to do, but you were incredible.
I don't understand. What were you gonna say though?
Well, I was just gonna say because you were talking about the wolf head, and it just reminded me of another kind of overarching theme of this movie. Again, like this movie is layered and deep.
Yeah.
The whole us against the world thing, right?
Mhm.
Father Judd has right. He has like not this, but this. Like
Yeah.
not the fists, but the open arms. So like the whole and Wix is the opposite, right? He's like screw the world. Like if what you're doing is wrong, I hate you, and everyone's trying to break us down. We have to fight back, and like
Yeah.
we're losing so much of like conservative Catholic views and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So like just that whole overarching theme of Wix versus Judd and like the wolf, the word, like they even say like the world is like a wolf pack and we're the sheep and like we got to protect ourselves. Like just that, I wasn't expecting all that. It was great.
No, me neither. Again, like Ryan really wanted to keep elevating each story and just like adding more depth to it. And I thought this one, it definitely did a great job at it. And I think this is definitely going to be worth like even with Knives Out. Like I've seen the movie like 3 times now, and I'd watch it again. Like some people think the luster gets taken off of a mystery when you what's it called when you know who
When you
did
know
it,
what
but
happens,
yeah, but I feel like especially Knives Out as an example, like the first one and this one, I feel like there's aspects of the movie that are just enjoyable and just the characters are interesting enough that it's like I could just have a fun time, and it's just something where it's like I could watch it with someone that doesn't know, and then I could
Mhm.
sit with them, and that's enjoyable for me. Cause like I want to see if they can kind of figure out and talk with them. Cause I know I'm like, are you gonna see how close you are? I'm like, oh, is it this person? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah,
I like doing
yeah.
that with. That's why I've seen this like Knives Out so many times because I was watching people like, you haven't seen Knives Out? All right, let's watch it. I want to see how smart you are.
Just so you can judge them when they get it
Yeah.
wrong.
Well, because I didn't get it, so I can't really judge them. But
Hmm.
and then when they say they knew it was Martha, I'll be like, bullshit. You didn't know. You didn't
Yeah,
know.
you didn't know.
You didn't.
So
know.
when the end happens and like the whole the 80 millions in the gem and then
Yeah.
Martha
Is it
gets it
80
back
mil?
and I think so. That's what I wrote
Damn.
down.
You might be right. I actually didn't. I was actually trying to figure out how much it was actually worth. I saw different numbers, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's not really that important.
I
But
wrote down 80 M's, but I have no idea
that's a lot.
where I got that number from. I could be way wrong. I'm trying to think. When did they say that? They had to have been. I wrote down 80. Where did I get that number? There's no way I just pulled it out of my ass.
It just sounds like a lot.
I mean, yeah, they're killing people trying to get them this money. It's going to be
That's
a lot
fair.
of money.
I mean, 8 could have been enough to kill people.
Yeah, I guess, but
8,
whatever the amount was. But like the gem, and then she has it, and then he gets it. Judd gets it, and he puts it in like the cross, like the final little reveal of the movie. That was a cute little button, like cherry on top. I like that.
Yeah, no, it was a nice ending. Like I was almost cheesed at first when the movie was ending because I thought they were gonna get too cute because how Blanc did the whole thing where you're just like, oh, I can't figure out whatever. I was like, they're not.
I was gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, I was like, we're not gonna leave us hanging. Or it's like, I guess it's just a mystery that is just unsolved. Then roll credits or something. I'd have been like,
that would have been ridiculous. I would ask for my money back. I would have. That's crazy.
I think we would have heard the uproar around like Tip
Yeah.
and stuff. People would be like, "Yo, Knives Out is shit. I'm done with this franchise." Or something like. I think someone would have screamed that or something. But
I was thinking the exact same thing, man. Because like, I don't. Maybe it was just credit to Daniel Craig's performance, but I believed him the way he was like,
same.
I can't. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like we know that he got stabbed, but like what else happened? I don't know. And I was like, you can't do this.
Yeah, I know.
You just can't not tell us what happened. That's the whole reason we're here.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was, and then it came around, and then she confessed, and I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I was like, and at that moment, again, it was one of those things where I was just like, like you said, you thought it, and I was thinking a little bit too, maybe it's Martha, and I was like, when she revealed, I wasn't like, no way. I was kind of like, okay, now tell us, like that. That's what I was. I was like, now, okay, now we can get the real juicy part. Like, I want to tell me how it happened, why, and how. Those are the main things, and it's like, again, like we were talking about earlier, where it's like now you're filling in the pieces that the context that you just didn't have, which is why you say that we were saying that like there's no way you could say you figured this out, because which I don't have any issue with this, because this is a classic mystery thing. It's like you hear all these stories and you take them in, but some of these are going to be lies. So, and you don't know which things are lies, and they're going to be presented to you as truths and convincingly. So you're just like, okay, these are the facts, so this is why it's this thing. And then they tell you like, oh, that's actually not true. This is actually what happened. This is what happened. So it's just like, okay, well, yeah, no, there's no way you could get at least the complexity of like how it was done, because you just weren't told the real things.
Yeah, so unless you just like predicted what was going to be a lie and what the truth actually is, like if I was writing the script, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
And there's just no way. And there's just no way.
No,
but like
really.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, actually, I just thought of, was in the basement with the doctor, like when we see the whole tub of acid and like bodies in there, and like what the hell did you think happened there?
I had no idea. Part of me was actually thinking that wasn't the doctor, and like my mind starts spiraling, and like, okay, this is actually just a cover up. He just someone else ended up in there, and he just actually just took off his ring and put on that person just to make it seem like, to fake his own death kind of thing. That's how I was starting going a little too far off, because I was obviously way wrong. That actually was him, but I was just trying to like, I was like, this movie's getting ridiculous, so maybe that's actually not even him. Like, that's just a ring. What does that mean? Like, clearly it's an indicator of that's supposed to be him, but is it him? Like, I need to actually see him getting put in there or something. You know what I mean? I can't just see skeletons in a ring and be like, yeah, that's him. Like,
right.
So I wasn't 100% bought in at first.
I was, yeah. I mean, I had no idea either, but I will say I was kind of like, I feel like there was someone else here, because how would Wicks? Because Wicks could have been. I mean, we're led to believe that he's the one that, like, came back to life and walked out of the crypt, and there could have been a way for that happened. I didn't think so, because I was like, we saw his body at like the coroners or whatever, and then like they flipped him
that
over.
Was hilarious. That shit was hilarious. Which is like, that was what made it so good too, because that scene was so ridiculous, and then we had him come back. I'm like, me and Ellis were looking, he's like, no, he's alive. I'm like, no, some flip his body. I was like, they went so extra just to let us know, like, this guy is dead.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, but it's a whodunit. Like it could have happened. I don't know. It could have been a fake body. I don't know. So, but like when his arms are in the vat of acid, I was like, okay, how would he? So he went and drowned. Like if he was holding the doctor down, let's say, in the acid, just like burning his arms off.
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
And then he just like fell asleep and died. Like it just doesn't make sense. So like I knew there was someone else involved.
Yeah, that is kind of wild if you think about it. Like that scene is like, you want to kill someone so bad you're willing to burn your hands off. Like,
oh my god,
yeah,
brutal.
Like, yeah, no, that
I
definitely.
don't know how fast acting it is though. Can you just like hold someone down for a few seconds and then pull your arms up, clean it off? And
I don't know.
I'm sure you'd probably have some like skin burns, but like maybe
for sure
wouldn't be down.
But yeah, it's not going
right away.
No, yeah, I don't think it'd be that fast. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, yeah, I was satisfied with the ending overall. Like that is like the big thing with any kind of mystery movie. It's like we're all leading until that big reveal and stuff like that, and you could either be satisfied or you could be disappointed. And I like the ending. I like the complexity of how it was all done and everything, and I liked it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like also like learning the involvement of more characters throughout, because a lot of times it's one person, right?
Yeah,
it's who this person killed them. This is why they did it. This is how they did it. And this one, like, we're learning how Samson got involved, how the doctor got involved, why Martha recruited each of them, how they helped in each scenario. So like the plot just gets like crazier and crazier, and this is what's so much fun about the
Yeah.
movie. So
No,
it's great.
100%. I 100% agree. Do you have any other points or facts?
Just I got a fact that this is Jeremy Renner's first movie after he almost died in that snowplow accident. You remember that?
Oh yeah. This first. Well, I guess that makes sense actually, because I don't know how long
Yeah,
ago they recorded this, but that was pretty recent. Yeah, I heard him speak on that story. It's crazy what happened to him.
it's insane. It's
Complete
insane. He
like
broke
yeah.
like 100 bones or something. Like
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah,
brutal.
that's insane, man.
And then I just wrote down. I guess I'll save it. I'll save it. Actually, it could be my runner-up quote. It'll
Okay,
be
all
my
right.
runner-up quote.
The only other things I had is just like some funny points that didn't end up getting any awards. So just some parts that made me laugh was
Nice.
just the whole first time Wicks and Judd the confession, and he goes on that long tangent
The
of all his
masturbation thing.
masturbations, and then that part was funny. Like it was funny, but the funniest part to me was when he went for the handshake and Judd looked at his hand. That was what really got me, because then I was like, oh shit, yeah, I see why you wouldn't want to shake it. I'm like, did you do it before this confession? Like, I don't want to touch you, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you sound like a degenerate over here, man. Talk about
Did
the
it in the
Goon
shower,
King.
standing
Yeah.
up. Did it this time, that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. Man. That probably made me laugh. Another funny part that got me was when Simone, I think she stood up to get like a cigarette, and Martha was like, "It's a miracle," and she's like, "I can stand. It just hurts."
Yeah, that
And
was
she's
good.
like, "Oh, okay."
Because I didn't know that either. I was like, she just stood up. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
I figured it was like, I think she was standing out at some point, another point in the movie, but I felt like she needed help. I didn't think she could just straight up just stand on her own. So I was a little taken back too. But the way it was done and no one else reacted, I was like, okay, I guess. But then Martha just went off, and
Yeah,
she's like, I can stand it. Just hurts.
and it's funny because like she stood up to like get a carrot or something. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't important to the plot. That was literally just in there for a joke.
100%. Yeah, and then I got one more, which is Psy, when he was talking about how like his whole political campaign didn't work, and he just lists all the groups that he tried to lean into, and it just went for so long. And that absolutely killed me. He's like, I don't know why it didn't work. I tried everything.
I tried everything. I tried the gay thing. I tried the drag thing. I tried this thing. I tried
the black
everything.
thing, the Hispanic thing, and he just kept going and going. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't know there's so many minority groups.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Absolutely
that was good.
Killed me, man. But those are all the funny points that I
Good shout outs. Those are good.
took a little notes of that just cracked me
Do
up.
I have any? Oh, I have even just when Judd, I can't remember what pisses him off, but he gets pissed off and he runs into Samson's garage and he starts punching his punching bag. He gets like 10 shots and then he's like, "Can I use your bag?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I mean, go ahead."
Yeah, that was, I didn't write that down, but that part killed me too. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny.
I guess I'll say it now. It's just like Gibby when
Is your quote you're talking about?
No, yeah, this was like gonna be my runner-up quote, but we're just listening funny stuff. So when Sai finds out that, well, when we find out that Sai is Wix's son, and then he's talking to him, he's like, no, trust me, like we can do this, and I'll put up videos online, and we can run the country. Give me 4 years, you could be president.
Like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see you.
Yeah. Exactly. Very on the nose.
Yeah.
Well, that whole dynamic. Psy was something else, man. That was Everyone had their moments, honestly. Like again, like Ryan knows how to write a good mystery, but he also knows how to write good humor. Like it's he definitely has his own style of humor, which I feel like kind of plays out in all the movies, where it's just sometimes it's just very like the masturbation stuff is just very. It feels very childish, but it's just funny because it's like we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna and the same with the listing of things. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going until it gets funny. It's like like that kind of humor. And it's like, okay, yeah, now it's funny. You had to say 2 more, and now it's funny because now I thought you were done like 2 more ago, and you just had 5 more, and now we're just getting ridiculous, and now it's funny. But
yeah, I forgot about that side thing, but that was fantastic. That was great.
I don't have any facts left. Do you have any facts?
I'm
but
good.
I do have a game for you.
Oh, this is rare for a new release.
Yeah. No, we did it for one battle after another.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
But it's a game I'm bringing back. It's a game we only played once, and it's called Who Am I? So I don't know if you remember this game.
That's from one battle after another.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you remember the game though?
Yes. I do.
Okay. So the game is basically we got 4 actors. We got from this movie. We got Daniel Craig, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin, Mila Kunis, and I'm gonna give you. I have 3 facts, and I'm gonna say with a fact, and it's just basically like guess who. Basically, like who does who's this fact belong to? I got 3 of them. We can see if you can try to get the trifecta. You can try to get all 3.
Absolutely.
If you can get 2 out of 3, it would be great. Hopefully, you don't get a goose egg. But again, in the end, we're gonna try to push for all 3. So, Scott, are you ready to play? Who am I?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first one, all these actors have played memorable roles, but sticking to movies, which one of these actors has played the same character the most? So Daniel Craig, Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis, or Josh Brolin. Which one of them has played the same character the most movies?
Yeah, it's got to be Renner or Craig, because Daniel Craig was James Bond in what, like 5? I want to say 5 movies. How many times was Jeremy Renner Hawkeye?
That's the question.
3 Avengers movies. He was in Civil War. That's 4. He's in a Thor movie. That's 5. Shoot.
How many movies?
I'm gonna say he was in one more that I'm not thinking. I'm gonna say that's Jeremy Renner.
Okay. Do you want? Should I give you? I don't know. Should I give you the answers at the end, or you?
At the end. At the end.
At the end. Okay. So second one, which one of them is the only one to appear in a Christmas movie? This one's kind of a deep pull. Because I don't know how.
Movie.
Yeah, only one of them has appeared in a Christmas movie. Out of all these people, Daniel Craig, Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis, and Josh Brolin, only one of them has appeared in a Christmas movie. Who do you think it is?
Josh Brolin is always like this stoic asshole. So like that's not very Christmassy, but that could also be like the antagonist of a Christmas movie.
Like a Scrooge kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like it could be Brolin. I don't think it's Daniel Craig. I could be Mila. I'm between Kunis and Brolin. Christmas movie. I'm gonna go Brolin. I feel like it's Kunis, but I'm gonna go Brolin.
Okay. The third and final question is: I am the only person. This is kind of like the one battle after another question. I just stole it. I am the only person who has never been in a horror movie. Daniel Craig, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin, or Mila Kunis. Which one of them has never been?
As the horror noob, this is a horrible question for me.
And this is why it works. It's a tough question.
Well, I know it's not Brolin.
You might know.
I know it's not Brolin. He was in Weapons this year.
That's why I throw that in there.
Kunis. I can't think of one specifically, but I swear she was in one. I've already chosen Renner, so I might as well not go with him. So I'm going to go Daniel Craig.
Okay. So you're saying Daniel Craig has never been in a horror movie?
With you saying that, I feel like I'm wrong, but I already said it. So
no,
yes,
I'm asking. Okay, I'm just clarifying because you said the Jeremy Renner thing, so then it confused me for a second. So I'm just clarifying.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the first question, I'll just reframe it, was who has played the same character the most times?
Mm-hmm.
And you said Jeremy Renner, and that is correct.
Let's go.
He has played Hawkeye 7 times.
7
in the MCU.
See, I thought of 5 of them. What am I missing?
Daniel Craig was Bond 5 times.
Yeah. Okay, I was right with Bond.
Josh Brolin was Thanos 4 times.
Okay.
And then Mila Kunis has never played the same character outside of TV.
What about in Ted? Is she not in Ted too? Is she not in both?
I don't think so. But well, maybe she is in Ted too, but she isn't top 7, 5, and 4. So she would have been low. But from my quick glance, and I didn't see her in Ted 2. Maybe I'm wrong.
Could be wrong.
But even then, still, even though she's not topping 7. So
No,
the
she's
answer
not.
is still 7. As far as who is the only person ever be in a Christmas movie, it is Mila Kunis.
Damn it! I
She
knew
was
it.
in a movie that I've actually seen when I was a little kid, and it's called Santa with Muscles, and the Santa with Muscles is Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a stupid. I don't even remember what year it came. I don't know if it's like. It's got to be a late 80s or 90s because she's pretty young. Like she was like a teenager in that 70s show. So I'm assuming it must be 90s. She's supposed to be like a little kid or something. But I don't remember in that movie, but I do remember seeing that movie because I think it was a movie my dad watched as a kid, and then I just ended up watching it. But Santa with Muscles, she's
Santa
in that.
with Muscles. Okay, yeah. Dang it. I was that close to picking her, but I didn't.
And then as far as horror movies go, who was the only person that hasn't been in a horror movie? Weapons, yes, Josh Brolin was in Weapons. Mila Kunis was in American Psycho 2, the sequel that nobody asked for, but we got.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah.
And then 28 weeks later has Jeremy Renner, which you have seen.
I have seen, yes.
So you are right. Daniel
Let's
Craig
go. I
is
was
the only
that
one. You
close,
got 2 out of 3.
Close to all 3, man.
You were close,
Damn.
man. You're the Christmas one was a little tough.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I know you haven't seen Christmas Santa with Muscles. That just ends up becoming a Christmas with Muscles, Santa with Muscles. I know that just becomes a guessing game at that point. But maybe you know that deep pull. I don't know what you know.
No,
maybe it's
I don't know. I mean, even the American Psycho 2, I do remember that she's in that, but like, you can understand why I forgot that was a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Most people probably have, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or most people don't even know it even existed.
Hey,
so.
I'm happy with 2 out of 3, but that close to a perfect score. Damn.
Yeah, you were there. I mean, I threw that Josh Brolin Weapons one in there as like as a throwing you a bone because I was like, I hope he remembers that. Like, we reviewed it too, so
we did.
We got a lot of Josh Brolin this year on the podcast.
Yeah, he's
this
been
is our
busy.
third time. It's our third time in like 2 months. Well, actually, Weapons was more in the summer, but still in the back half of the year, we're getting a lot of Brolin.
What am I missing? What am I? I'm
Running Man.
Running Man. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, he's been busy. He's the kind of guy. He's never bad. He's never. No, he's always good, and he'll be in Dune next year.
True. I don't know what else he's got going on, but is he in the Odyssey? Everyone's in the Odyssey. I don't know if I don't know if he's
honestly. I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Maybe he's in Toy Story 5. There's a lot of stuff coming out, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's got his hands in a couple projects.
He's been busy.
Hey, who am I? You got 2 out of 3. I actually have a pitch for you off podcast. Maybe this will finally make it. So anyone that's hearing this will be like, "Oh, this is the pitch." If it doesn't happen, then you don't know about it. But I'm leaving a little teaser out there, just for something that we can do with these games that I think would be kind of fun.
Love
but kind of like a pick 'em payoff kind of thing. Like whoever ends up getting like the most wins off these games, the loser actually has to do like a thing. Like they have to wear like a t-shirt score. They don't like. Yeah, exactly. Just to add some more stakes to it. There's already fun stakes because we're both competitive, but just add a little more stakes.
I like it.
Just to have some. Yeah, but yeah, that's it from Who Am I? And I think it's time, Scott.
Let's get into the Filmies, baby.
Let's get into the Filmies.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Filmies. Welcome, baby. Apparently, that's my thing now. I don't know why I said that, but hey.
I didn't even hear the baby.
You didn't? Oh, well, it's in there. It's in the recording. This is our award show that Dion mentioned at the start of the episode. We have 6 awards that we're going to give to the movie, different people involved, different parts of the movie. The first one being the fit check, best or worst fit in the movie. There's not a whole lot going on, so I'm interested to hear who gets your fit check.
So I gave it to Wix, and I actually had to look up what a vestment was because I didn't know what it was. Like the thing that he wears. Like at first I was like, is this like a robe, like a garb? And apparently it's called a vestment.
Okay.
So like that purple. It's kind of like that guy like that. I'm a big purple guy, purple fan. That's why I like the Toronto Raptors when I was a kid and stuff like that. So he's got the purple. It's kind of got like patterns with like crosses on it. It's got like the gold like lining. It has like the gold cross on it, and it's got like this just like a collar with like a gold trim on it. And I just thought it looked fresh because like you said, there's not much really going on in here. People are just kind of wearing regular clothes. So I just kind of like reframed and kind of looked at like trailers and like pictures to be like, what popped in this? And I'm like, okay, that's unique. I like the color. It's popping. So I gave it to Wix.
And what part of the movie is he wearing this?
It's when he's doing I think it's the first time we see him. I think it's when he's talking about. It's the first time we see him like get on the thing, and he's kind of and they're talking about how like his whole goal is to get people to leave.
Oh, okay.
I think that's when I'm pretty sure it's that scene.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I mean, he came close to getting the fits for me because his are obviously just like the most extravagant, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't end up going with that. I gave mine to Vera.
Is this worst or best?
Best fit.
Okay.
Still, I liked it. I gave it to Vera. It's at the meeting where she exposes Wix for like having Psy illegitimately. Yeah. She's wearing like a bright blue pantsuit, like a little white shirt underneath, and she has like Kerry Washington. She had like that coiffed hair for the whole movie, and it was just kind of like poofy and just with the blue pantsuit, it popped. I like the fit, and she was tough in that scene. It kind of I attribute some of that to the fit. You know,
was she smoking? Was that when she was smoking? Or was she not smoking at that point?
I don't think she's smoking, but it's when she like pulls out the papers and she's like, "You have an illegitimate son, and you guys are all fucking stupid." And
okay, yeah.
You know,
it sounds like you're like sounds like you're talking like Pusha T or something. You have an illegitimate son. The way you said that, you are hiding a child.
Yuck. Vera, that's basically what she was doing. She was spitting in
there. I know, she was looking tough. Yeah, I'll give you that. Now I know what fit you're talking about. I was just trying to remember. I was confusing with another scene when she was like smoking, because you said looking tough, so I was like, they meant like she was just like smoking like in her pantsuit, just kind of like looking. Not saying smoking is tough. Say no to drugs, kids.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Smoking on this podcast, but you can still look tough though. Smoking doesn't mean you should do it though.
No, you will not look cool smoking.
All right, my bad. Only the movie. Yeah, it's because of the lighting and everything.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next we got our Peyton Pritchard Award. This is our 6-man. This is somebody with a small role that did the most with that small opportunity coming off the bench. Who is your 6-man?
So I gave it to Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I saw him in the cast. I was like, where, when, who? Tell me, please.
And I gave it to him because it's a voice cameo.
Oh.
And like he was the baseball announcer in the game. And I looked this up, and I remember we talked about this. He's in the first movie too. Like he's in the original Knives Out. He's just like a detective. He's Detective Hard Rock, and you never actually see him. You just hear his voice. I think you hear him like on the intercom or something, like talking to another one of the cops. And then he's also in Glass Onion too. There's like this alarm clock, and it's like someone's voice, and it's him. And like I'm like, I just gave him the 6-man because I'm like, I clearly him and Ryan are boys.
I was gonna say, is he boys with Ryan? Like, what the hell?
Well, the first ever movie Ryan made was a movie called Brick, and it's a kind of a whodunit. Like his girl, well, it's a mystery. It's not a whodunit. His girlfriend goes missing, and he's trying to find her, and he's the main character in it.
Okay.
So like that was his guy, and then he also made another mystery movie called Looper. It's more of like a futuristic.
Oh, I remember that one.
It's like 2079.
That's Rian Johnson.
It is Rian Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Ryan, what's it called? And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in that too. So like that's just his guy. So he's like, yo, every time I make these movies, yo, I'm just gonna. I managed to get you a role, but now I'm just gonna play, and just your voice is gonna be in here. Since we did it the first time and the second time, your voice. There's not like he couldn't afford it. Like he could have been Mila Kunis' character, if you really want to get his boy in there,
for sure.
But now he's just leaning into the bit of like, we're just gonna get your voice in every movie now.
Love it. Yeah, I saw him in the cast. I was like, what did I miss? Like, when was he in the movie?
I had that same reaction after I watched Knives Out, because I remember I watched it in theaters and I saw his name on the thing. And I was like, when was he in the movie? I don't remember that. And then I had to look it up later. I was like, oh, it's just his voice. And I noticed that I was in the last movie too. And I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about it going into this movie. And then I saw it again and I was like, of course.
Did you notice his voice in the movie?
Didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. No. It's just funny that that's how he gets his boy. Just a voice cameo.
Yeah. Yeah, that is funny.
What about you though? Who's your 6-man?
I gave mine to Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
He plays Father Langstrom, who's like the leader of the church. I guess he sends Judd out to this parish. I just love Jeffrey Wright and everything. That
Yeah,
guy's
same.
that guy's great. I mean his character, like he was a good dude. Like he comes in right at the start when Judd punches a guy, and he's like, that guy's kind of known for being a dick, you know. Like some people aren't that mad that you punched him. Some people kind of like it, you know what I mean? And the whole like this, not this, like the whole love, not fighting thing. And then right at the one that sealed it for me, sealed the deal, was right.
I know what you're talking about.
Right at the end when Sai is like, if I see you do one renovation on that church, if you do anything, I'm coming after you. And then he leaves and he just says, "Punk bitch." So good,
bro. That tore the house down in the movie theater, bro. Oh my goodness,
like
man!
Just the contrast of like, okay, this is the I don't know what his official position is, but he's like the highest pastor in this group or however, whatever this thing is, and he's just calling this guy a punk bitch after leaving. Great.
Oh yeah, he's so real. And part of me, like, he definitely is a six man because he wasn't in the movie that long. But I almost didn't want to give him the six man out of spite of that he shouldn't have been a six man. He should have been in this movie more. When there's another thing like the Mila Kunis thing where I was like, I saw his name on the cast. I was like, oh, dope! Like we're gonna get him to be in this movie, and like it's a Rian Johnson movie. I like his mystery movies, so like we didn't get any of them really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna go easy on you here. So you're gonna get more of him in the movie. Doing what? What is he doing?
I just would want to have him to be one of the mains.
Oh, just like replace one of the actors.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not necessarily replace, but I just thought he was going to be like one of those people in the flock. That's all. That's all. And then when I saw those in the beginning, and then we kind of left from him, I was like, that's all we're getting. And that is kind of really all we get. We get, like you said, we get him at the end, which is funny, but like we don't really get much of them.
No,
I was like, damn, it really shows how big the cast is that you can just have a big actor like that and just not really have him doing much because there's a lot of just so many known actors.
I didn't even know he was in this movie. Like I didn't look up the cast before, and he's not on the poster. So he showed up. I was like, oh, cool, it's Jeffrey Wright. I love that guy.
No, I knew he was in the movie, so like I wouldn't say bummed, but I was like, man, I thought we were gonna get more of him. It was just like a little snap, but no, that's a great six man though. I like that pick.
Thank you. Okay, next we got our Lazy Award. This is our Ferris Bueller Award. So something that someone did on screen or behind the scenes that we consider lazy. It's all in jest, just for fun, but we still gotta
point it out.
Castrate them. That's the word. We gotta castrate them.
All in fun, but we still gotta castrate them.
Exactly. Who's getting castrated? Who gets your Lazy Award? For fun.
Okay. I'm giving it to Judd. And we talked about this, how we said it was cute, him hiding it like in the new crucifix that he made and everything, which again, I agree. I thought it was a cute ending. It's funny. Even just the scene of it falling over and then like Benoit looks at it, he's just like, yep, and then just walks out. That was another really funny part too. And then it's like the voiceover, and we never found the diamond.
Yeah.
And it's just like the diamond went missing. But to me, I gave it a Ferris Bueller because it's a terrible hiding spot. You got Sai on your neck, who's like very determined to find this thing. It's like, we looked all over. We're going to be back. So like, put it in a better spot. Like, I know you did it for a cute thing, is for the movie, but that's a terrible hiding spot. Like, you could find somewhere better. That's my only thing.
I agree with you, and I have two extra, I guess, points that for your argument. It's so the Jesus, the chest is exposed, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
And then we can see the flashing light of the diamond. When the sun like is moving, if it hits that spot, everyone's gonna see it. That diamond's gonna be dancing. Like
100%.
So that's a good point. And the last time someone looked for this exact diamond in this church, they smashed that cross. So if Sai comes and like, hey, she tried it, the harlot whore tried it, maybe I should try it too. He's gonna find it.
100%. And like, you walk into a church, what's the first thing you're probably gonna look at? The giant crucifix. That thing is, especially because there wasn't one before. It was gone for the longest time. They haven't put it up in since. Like, oh look, there's a new crucifix now. Like, that wasn't there before. Oh look,
there's a massive diamond in it.
I'm saying $80 million, as you were saying. Like, that's crazy.
That's legit. 80 million guaranteed. I have no idea where I got that number from. They must have said in the movie. I wouldn't have wrote that down for nothing.
I'm assuming I'll give it to you. But yeah, no, I thought it was cute, but I also just think it was a terrible hiding spot, and I think you could have done better, Judd. So you get my Ferris Bueller for that.
Good pick. I gave mine to Prentice. This is why I had his name written down, the old pastor.
Yeah.
And it's for making it easy to steal the $80 million diamond. Easier, I should say.
Yeah.
So he swallows the diamond, dies with it, buries himself with it. Mm-hmm. In the crypt that I don't know if he designed this crypt, but in the crypt, I'm saying he did. So in the crypt that you're going with an $80 million diamond, you put a Lazarus door in it that anybody from the inside can just push open. Like you're literally eliminating one step from stealing this diamond that you're like, it has to be buried. It's the devil. It's Eve's apple, right? It's Satan itself. Mm-hmm. Why are you making it easier on someone stealing it from you?
That's a good point. I 100% with you on that. And to add on to it also, it's just like, why did you have to die with it? I feel like when you really get into it, I'm like, I feel like that there's another way we could have got rid of the diamond.
Well, because Martha's whole plan was get the diamond, then we'll toss it in the ocean or something. You could have just done that.
But I guess he's just thinking, oh, but someone else will find it, and then Eve will be done with it. But like, why are you gonna be the one to get messed up by it? Like, I don't know.
Because he is righteous, and it is his divine intention and divine purpose to bury Eve's apple in a crypt that's easy to get out of. Lazy design.
It's a good pick. It's a great pick. It's a very good point. Because all you had to do is make it hard on both sides, and now you're good.
That's what I'm saying. Have a regular crypt with like just a big stone door. Like this whole thing, I feel like is like I don't want to say gimmick, but it's like a specialty thing that you'd be like, oh, I'm going to make this cool door that you can just open up from the inside. Why?
Yeah. No, 100%. And also, like, why is that any better than just being buried underground? Because why would someone dig you up? There's no reason for someone to dig you up. Because either way, that'd still be just as much work. Because if you're like, they put you down 6 feet and they pile everything on top, the grass grows and everything. If someone has to dig all that up to get you, like, that's a lot of work. That's just as much work.
More.
Someone's gonna notice
Probably
it.
More.
Yeah. So come on, dog.
Lazy.
Whatever, yeah. Lazy.
Well, Prentice and Judd, your balls are coming off. Sorry. For fun. Next, we got our favorite quote. What was your favorite quote?
My favorite quote I just gave to Langstrom, played by Jeffrey Wright's character, and it's straight up just punk bitch.
Punk bitch, nice.
It made me laugh way too much. Like I just wasn't ready for it. It was just perfect because again, no one's expecting. Like it's not like this character was speaking like this. It wasn't like we were getting this. He's like, oh, he's probably gonna say something crazy. It was just so left field. And it just it was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it got 2 awards from us, different awards, but
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's my sixth man, so no complaints from me. Great pick.
What about you? Who'd you go with your quote?
I gave it to Vera. She got in the second Filmy for me.
Okay.
It's the same scene as the fit check when she's, exposing Wicks, and she says, "Oh please, you're all staying with your man. I just wanted to see with my own eyes you eat up his shit with a spoon."
Oh yeah, that was good.
She was just sitting there, tough as shit. They're all doing this mental gymnastics to like justify the bad stuff that he's doing. Right? This is the guy that's like, if you don't have a father, right, you're a whore, and this child is terrible, and you got to leave, and getting people to walk out. And now we find out he has an illegitimate child, and they're all like, "Oh well, we don't know the girl." The doctor's like, "Well, we don't know who she is, so like, there could be some, maybe like one battle after another, some reverse rape going on or something." Yes. You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, "Nothing you say will change my mind. Like, I'm still loyal to you." They're doing all this shit, and so Vera just sitting there like, "I just wanted to see you guys do this shit Loved it.
That was good. And that's reminded me of the wild thing Wick said too. He's like, "Oh, just some loose woman." I'm like, "That's crazy." That's so crazy. I mean, I mean, that's your mom. That's the mother of your child. At the end of the day, you can't just call someone a loose woman. That's crazy.
And I mean, but the counterpoint to that is just like you chose to have sex with this woman.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you just
that's
talk
why
shit
it's a
about her.
weird
Like,
diss.
yeah. If she's such
That's
a
what I'm
horrible
saying.
woman, why were you with her?
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. That's why when he said, I'm like, that's crazy. Because like at the end of the day, that's the mother of your child, and that's your mom.
True. Sai just sat there and ate that.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, man.
Damn.
But no, that's no, that's good. That's
All
good.
right. Next, second last, we have our best scene. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene actually was hard for me to pick. Cause I actually liked a couple scenes, but what I ended up going with was the reveal of the secret meeting that we got with Wick. And to me, it was like it's because to me that's the tonal shift in the movie. We're actually getting like the strong motives, like we're getting all these little things because we're getting a little bit of the background that Wix is tough on everybody, but like the flock that stayed, they didn't leave because they wanted to, like, it's almost like a rite of passage. Like, okay, no, we can stay with this. Like, we're tough. Like, they just can't handle it. But then when we get that moment and he's just like tearing into all of them, and then we even get like Lee Ross's character who's still like, he's kind of like half trying to be like, oh no, yeah, like he's making sense, and then he shits on him. He's like, wait, what? What did you say? It's like, no, I'm coming for you too. I'm coming for all of you, coming for you. And I was like, once that happened, I was like, oh, okay, now we're cooking. I'm like, this guy is dead.
Yeah,
like this guy is dead, and now it makes sense. Like, someone's coming for him because like he's burning the flock, burning all the bridges, man. So like, I really like that scene because to me, that's when we were like, oh, okay, like things are about to start getting like. Now we're getting the context. Now we're moving.
Yeah, I totally agree. I didn't pick that scene because I already had two Filmies within that scene, so I didn't want to glaze it a little too hard. But but that just shows that I also love the scene. It was great. You're totally right. Like the intensity just kind of kicks up a notch at that point, where we're like you said, we had all these like the people are weird. Anybody could have killed him, and then when he does this, we're like, okay, no, he pissed all of them off. So like, now they all have a reason to maybe do this. And the lead up to the scene too, right? When Judd and Blanc show up to this house or wherever they're at, and they're like, oh, Sai's like, oh, I got the whole thing on video. And then the doctor and everyone's like, no, you can't watch that. You're gonna put some people in serious trouble if that video comes out. So like, we're like, oh snap, what happened? And then we enter the scene like through the doorway, and then all the fireworks pop off. It's great.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I didn't even write that down, but yeah, the build up to it too would have made even more, where everyone was so scared. So you're like, oh man, like I really want to see, and it lived up too. Where it's not one of those things where it's just like, okay, why were they that shook? It's like, okay, yeah, I see why they're that shook, because things got pretty heated in there.
Yeah, we find out he's drunk at work and stuff.
Yeah, which is that was another point too, which I thought was kind of wild. I almost forgot to mention that his wife left him because he didn't make enough money, but he was a doctor. I'm like, what is some
tiny little town though? Maybe like he should be a doctor in L.A. or something.
I guess, but I feel like a doctor is like, are there doctors that don't get paid? Because I feel like even if you're in a tiny town, I feel like that's even more instead of like, oh, we need to like pay to get a doctor to come here. Like, we got to make it worth his while, because otherwise he would just go somewhere else. Because like that's what happens here, like in Canada, like in some like the more northern places, like they'll pay you a little extra because they're like, okay, we need to give you incentive to come out here because there's not much to do out here. So that's why I was like confused. Not like ruin the movie for me. It's like a plot hole or something. But I thought that was crazy. I'm like, damn, his wife is a trick like that. Like, how much money did he have to make?
A loose
for
woman.
You to? How much did he have to make for you to accept him, man? Damn.
More than he. I mean, we saw his house. It wasn't that crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that crazy. Well, I thought you were gonna say it wasn't that bad. I don't think it was.
Both. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was bad, but
true.
It wasn't like a mansion by any means.
That is true.
That's what she's looking for, I guess.
The tough thing with Sharp too, I mean, obviously he's passed, but this guy, he wanted that money to try to get her back. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, if a girl leaves you because you don't make enough money, don't try and get her back. That's not. That's you don't want that girl.
No, you don't, man. What are you doing, Sharp?
Maybe he
Come
wanted his
on, man.
kids.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he should be able to have his kids. Just because a wife be like, "I'm leaving you because you don't have money."
That's true.
What if the courts being like, "Yeah, you can't see your kids, you broke
You
ass. Get your bag
you
up."
broke ass doctor.
Yeah,
Still living in a nice, comfortable house. Yeah, good point.
But no, I had to mention
It's a good
that.
scene.
Yeah,
My
what about
favorite
you?
scene, I gave to the end. It's Blanc and Martha. I kind of combine them, I guess. Blanc and Martha explaining the mystery. Um, I mean, to me, this is the best part of all of these movies.
Yeah,
Like this is what we're waiting for. Like we talked about, like he's like, oh, I can't solve the crime. I'm like, no, you can't. You have to give us the scene where
yeah,
the detective or the killer, sometimes in this case, both, I guess,
hmm
um, explains an absolutely insane plot full of twists. And the best part is like they include the flashbacks to all the moments that we saw earlier in the movie and point out all the clues that we missed. So
hmm
like you're like, oh, that's the thing, and that's why that was there, and that's what he saw in the picture, and that wasn't actually Wicks that came out. It was Samson the whole time, and he was building the casket, and all that stuff is just so much fun. And when they're just running it down, it's just moving so fast, and your brain is just absorbing all this information. It's exploding with all this fun plot twist stuff. It's great.
yeah. No, I 100% agree, and that's when I was saying it was tough for me to pick because I was going between that and then the other scene, and I was like,
Same.
not, and I was like, I didn't know which way you were gonna go with it, but I was like, let me see if I can give some love to just like another scene because I like that is a great scene. But I was like, was there anything else I liked? I was like, so in the end, I was almost basically just like a flip of a coin. I was like, yeah, let me give some love to that scene because
Mm-hmm.
I like that scene. But no, 100%, the reveal is that's why we're going. We want
Literally.
that. We want everything to live up to like to build up to that and then to deliver, and it did. So and that's why it makes such a great scene. 100% agree.
And I mean, even like Blanc, I mean, we talk about kind of how the stupidity of like the cop showing up and trying to arrest Judd, and then
Yeah.
just kind of like folding when Blanc like steps up to the altar and he's like has this whole speech. He's like, no, I'm gonna say this, but like it's pretty dope.
No, it is dope. It is.
And I mean, like I said, I almost picked your scene. I already gave it to Filmies. That's pretty much the reason
Yeah,
why I
which I
didn't.
get.
So
Yeah.
close to a certified.
Close.
Maybe we'll get a certified MVP.
Oh,
And our
true.
final award here, MVP. Who's your MVP?
So I gave it to Rian Johnson. I mean, I've been talking about a lot of the aspects what I liked about the movie, which kind of lean into him. Like I was talking about the tone of the movie, and I was comparing it, and I was giving him the props of how he's managed to have different tones, but also have the movies all feel the same in its sense. But like this one really leaned into being more deep and more character driven, and it was darker, and I thought it was a little spooky too. Eloise
Yeah.
are saying it gets a little spooky. Yeah, it almost turns into like more. It's not. I wouldn't say horror esque, but it really leans more into that thriller. Like usually in the mysteries, we're not like worried about like Blanc or maybe even the other guy like dying too. We're just really trying to figure out who did this, and now we're just it's more of like a brain thing. But it's also like, oh snap, it's dark. Like, oh, what's going on? Like, who's that? Like, oh, he punched me. What's gonna happen to him now? Like, jumps a little bit of jump scares. So it was interesting in that. And then we talked about the depth, which I wasn't expecting in like the faith church topics that we're getting, but like I wasn't expecting that, but I thought was really interesting. We talked about the depth of Judd's character, which is something we again talked in length, and just the complexity in the plot, which that's what you expect when you get from these movies. But there's a lot of times you go into mystery movies, and sometimes it's not satisfying. It doesn't live up to what you're hoping for, and maybe the reasonings or the whys is just kind of like, okay, like I guess. But this wasn't the case in this movie, so I had to give Ryan him. I had to give him his props for that. I don't know if if he's got more of these in him. I don't know if it's just a trilogy and then he wants to move on to something else. But if there was a fourth one, I'd definitely be on board because I've liked everything he's done so far.
Yeah, I have no idea what he wants to do after this. And I mean, you're right. You come into these expecting a insane plot with lots of twists and stuff. That doesn't mean it can't deliver. So the fact that he does deliver, he deserves credit for that. I think the scary point is good too. Like when Judd goes into the forest, we see like the hooded figure with the lamp, and then
Yeah.
he turns and he sees Wicks for a second, and it's just the tree, but like that's a jump scare. And then
Yeah.
when him and Blanc show up to the doctor's house, and then like they see the pictures all over the floor, and then the open basement, and then they're like, oh, what's that smell? And then you're like, oh no, what's down in the basement? Like
Yeah.
those are all elements of horror that were worked into this.
No, 100%. It's interesting how he's managed to, and that's another reason why I'd even wanted to see him if he did do a fourth. Like, what else could he do? Like, what else could he try to incorporate? What other kind of tonal shift or different environment? Like, what else would he do with it if he wants to? Like, he clearly likes making mystery movies because even before Knives Out, he made 2 other mystery movies before this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, or maybe he wants to try to jump and do Star Wars again. I don't know if he just passed on doing Disney stuff.
Yeah. I think he's
Hey,
probably done with
if
Star
Netflix
Wars.
wants to throw another 20 mil at him, I'm sure he'll come right back into another Knives Out.
Another Knives Out, or he could do like you say, like if mystery is his thing, he could still do a mystery movie. It doesn't have to be a whodunit. Like he obviously like even Knives Out. I haven't seen Glass Onion, but in Knives Out, like there are some scarier parts too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could see like he could make a horror movie.
That is true. He could. He could do whatever he wants. I don't actually know how old he is. I'm calling him like he's not a young and up and coming director or anything. He's been directing for a while, but he's definitely on the younger side. Like this isn't like a Marty Scorsese age or freaking Clint Eastwood. He's or what you call Ridley Scott. He's still got a lot of time. He could direct a lot of movies.
He's
You
51.
looking up how old? Okay, he's still young for a director. I especially after the guys I just named. I got a couple guys are 80 and 90 directing.
Yeah.
So if he's I don't know if he wants to work that long, but he could do like 10 more years of movies if he wants. I'm interested in his movies. I still need to see Brick and Looper, to be honest. I haven't seen either of those movies.
Well,
So
we'll see what he does next. Maybe he'll make a real whodunit. He'll kill someone in a ridiculous way and see if the cops can get him.
Maybe. What about you? Who's your MVP?
My MVP is not Rian Johnson. I'm sorry, Dion.
Oh,
you thought it was?
Yeah, no, I thought it was.
Oh, well, you're wrong. You're getting castrated. My MVP is Josh O'Connor.
Yeah, that's good.
Who played Judd. I thought it was an amazing performance. I mean, I loved his character, which I suppose it goes mostly to Rian Johnson. But, we say all the time, it's collaborative effort as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I bought every single one of his choices that his character made, the emotions that his character was going through. He delivered like prayer and confession very convincingly, I thought. He was funny in the moments that he wanted to be funny, like the depth of the character. I just really believed all of the, that he killed a guy by accident that led him to the church, but he wants to do good in the space of the church. So he has that bright side, but he also can get dark when he's like, I'm going to cut you out of here like a cancer. And then like he did a lot of different things in this role, and I thought he was fantastic, and I love the character. So that helped as well, I guess.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That was the two I was balancing between. It was either him or it was Rian Johnson. So like I 100% agree with your pick. As soon as you said that, when you said that it wasn't Rian Johnson, I was like, oh, it's definitely Josh.
Yeah,
he killed it. He
almost gave it to Mila Kunis.
Oh, no, I know that's not true. I know that's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
Sorry, Mila.
Sorry, Mila.
Nah, he was great. Rian Johnson was great. It was, it's those two. Those are the two.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin was really good too.
I was gonna say there's a case for Josh Brolin and then I think that just becomes of just liking him because he was a small role when you think about it. He had his moments, but when he was out there, he really popped off, and it's just he's really in his just being a jackass. This kind of at this point in his career, like he's not interested in being redeemable.
Yeah, he's really good at it. I feel like he just he doesn't seem like a good hang, and that's literally probably just because of the roles that he's been playing. And that's something too where I wouldn't want to. Not that I would not at all give an MVP to an unlikable character, but it's maybe a little harder to do just because you don't like the character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fair. Unless it's actually no, because Thanos is not unlikable. He's not a good guy, but you can argue that Thanos is likable. Not to go on a tangent. I was just trying to think of Josh Brolin characters, but I do agree with you though. It is kind of weird. Not weird, but it was hard for me to, even when I was thinking about Josh Brolin, I was like, I don't know. Also,
unless
he
the
wasn't
movie is about like just like an absolutely diabolical person and like Whiplash, let's say, like you could give your MVP to like an unlikable person because
that is true.
You know what I mean?
Because the performance was so good.
Yeah. And I mean, just like the portrayal of the character is so like menacing and not even necessarily in the performance, but like what the character does and like how they're manipulating other people and stuff like that is just like eye opening. And
yeah, no, that's a good point.
Could be the MVP. Not in this case, though.
Good point. Not in this case. No certifieds.
None. Not a single certified.
Which is already happens sometimes. Doesn't mean we're just sometimes it's even better if when we don't have certifieds, because then we get to give more love to more things.
True.
We do like getting certifieds because we like hearing the drop. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We don't force it.
Nope.
We never know. And it's a great pick. I like that. If you want to be part of the conversation and you want to see if you want to see what movies we got next, follow us on social media, YouTube, on Instagram and TikTok at the Film Room Pod, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Just search up the Film Room Podcast. Let us know your thoughts on the movie. It could be in the comment section on our post on social media. We'll leave out clips for the movie we just did, or we'll have out just like posts like slides. So you can just throw in your thoughts on the movie in there. You can hit us on the replies anywhere. We will respond once we see it. If you're a fan of the podcast and you want to help us grow, leave a review. Like we'll read on the podcast. Doesn't matter if it's funny, if it's serious, if it's weird. We don't have Benoit Blanc to solve the case, but Scott, how many stars should they leave with the review?
$580 million diamonds.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to put it.
That's what, 400 million. 400 million.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for.
That's all we're asking for. That's it.
That's all we're asking for. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, we would.
Do you have any final thoughts before we close off?
Wake up, dead man. That's my last thought.
That's your last
sleeping,
thought.
and you're dead.
All right, that's fair.
And you're a
that's
man.
Perfect. I like that. But I also want you guys to remember that Sai, I mean, you've seen the movie at this point, is Wick's son in the movie, but he is also a punk bitch.
That's true.
And peace out.
Peace out.